Every year, thousands of children in the United States are sentenced in adult courts. Their hands cuffed, their names stripped of innocence. They are told they are monsters. They are told they are dangerous. They are told they are no longer children. But science tells us otherwise. Their brains are still learning. Their hearts are still growing. What happens when we cage that growth in concrete and steel?
You know, I was a child. It was not like, okay, it's me. I'm 14 years old, 15 years old. I go get me a gun. I say, okay, now I'm finna just rob. No, it was never like that.
Kenneth Young was sentenced to 4 life sentences at the age of 15. No chance for parole, no chance for change. Research by Megan Kurlichek and Brian Johnson on January 1st, 2010 found that juveniles in adult courts often face harsher sentences than juveniles tried in juvenile court who commit the same crimes. They are not treated with mercy or care. They are treated with fear and hatred. In adult prisons, children are often placed in solitary confinement, sometimes for their protection, sometimes for discipline. Days stretch into weeks, weeks stretch into months. Anthony Giannetti's work on September 1st, 2011 shows that solitary confinement is not just cruel. It is unconstitutional. It shatters the minds of children not yet fully formed.
At just 16 years old, Khalif was arrested for allegedly stealing a backpack. He was sent to Rikers Island, one of the most notorious prisons in the United States, where he spent 3 years with 800 days in solitary confinement waiting for a trial that never happened. During those 3 years, Khalif was repeatedly assaulted by both inmates and guards. He was isolated, beaten down, and psychologically tormented.
Studies by Vincent Schiraldi and Jason Zeidenberg in 1997 found that youth in adult prisons are 5 times more likely to be sexually assaulted and twice as likely to be attacked with weapons. Some scars never heal. Some wounds are invisible.
Let me tell you something. I'll put your fucking nose up your head. And if you think somebody's gonna stop me from going, believe me, they won't. Because by the time they get here, it'll be too late. It'll be all over with.
The damage is not just physical. Irene Noog research in 2011 links incarceration in adult prisons to deep depression. Fear becomes the air they breathe. Loneliness becomes their only friend.
I went to a juvenile detention center in Texas, and I was used to photographing architecture, but then all of a sudden I started talking to a couple of kids there that were very fragile, didn't speak any English, and I realized that I was the conduit for their voice.
Dr. Elizabeth Barnard's studies showed that children placed in adult prisons face a 30% higher risk of early death, not because they are monsters, not because they are evil, but because we broke them before they could heal. Stress, violence, neglect. Their lives are shortened before they have even begun. Into the Shadows showed how adult prisons strip away hope. No education, no rehabilitation, no future. There is hope. There are those who fight for these children. They know that a mistake at 15 should not mean a death sentence. In New York, the Raise the Age movement showed that change is possible. 16 and 17-year-olds are not treated as what they are. Harry Grammer reminds us
that incarcerated children, they're still children.
They are still worthy of love, still capable of change, still human. When we treat children like adults in the justice system, we do not create safety. We create broken futures. We lose generations to fear and concrete walls. The evidence is clear. The stories are real. It is not too late to listen. It is not too late to change. Look into their eyes. See the child before it is too late.